Good morning. This is Dylan Jovine from Behind the Markets. Happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, March 20th. And I told you that I had a big topic to talk to you about today, an interesting topic. And today I want to talk about Europe. One of the defense contractors we recommended in our webinar, we gave away for free during the course of our webinar last week, was Elbit Systems, which has gone up $50 since we gave it away for free in the webinar last week. And it's very exciting. But I think folks are missing a much, much bigger part of the story. And this is, they raised their dividend too, by the way. This is really the interesting topic that I wanted to talk to you about and why it's very time sensitive. First of all, Germany is rearming. What on earth could possibly go wrong with that? Who knows? But the Trump administration is pushing Europe to rearm, pushing NATO to shoulder more of the load, rightfully so. Now, what does that mean? It means two things. First, European defense contractors are going to get a massive boost. That's one of the reasons Elbit has done so well. It's an Israeli company, but they're selling to a lot of countries all around the world. So European defense contractors are going to get a massive boost, which is something that we added some European defense contractors to the bonus report that we talked about in our Iron Dome webinar last week. And I don't think I did a good enough job of explaining really the opportunity here. These guys are going to be rearming. So European defense manufacturers, their stocks have just started, they're going to go crazy. And you remember, don't forget your Great Depression, your history of America, Great Depression. What got us out of the Great Depression wasn't any of FDR's policies. The thing that got us out of the Great Depression was rearming. That's what got us out of the Great Depression, World War II. Guess what? Germany and Europe writ large is rearming, and there are some great defense manufacturers out there, and we have picked a few of them. One of them is Elbit. Now, Elbit is an Israeli company. We gave this pick away for free during the webinar. Again, the stock was up $50 since we talked about it and raised their dividend a lot. And there are other defense manufacturers that are much less known to folks like us here in the States that are in the special report. So I wanted you to know that. And I've asked our marketing team to open up access to this again. So there's a link in this email. You should see it. But so it means two things. Number one, Europe is rearming. Number two, it also puts Trump's decision or desire to cut $50 billion from Pentagon spending into greater focus. Trump said that he wanted to cut $50 billion from military spending, which is a good idea. But there are two parts to that cut. Number one is we want to move away from expensive legacy programs by ossified defense manufacturers, these kind of World War II behemoths that move away from some of those. I'm not going to mention their names, but we all know who they are. We want to move away from those into newer defense manufacturers who are just selling us weapons, better weapons, cheaper prices. We're going to be moving money away from these expensive, outdated 20th century weapon systems to more modernized weapon systems and that are cheaper, frankly, like drones. That's number one. Number two, we're pushing NATO to carry more of the water. We're also telegraphing to NATO that they have to start, instead of us just giving weapons under the umbrella of NATO, we're going to be pushing them to buy weapons. Actually, this creates demand for domestic weapons makers, including some of the legacy ones. So the Iron Dome report is actually a double bonus report, where we talk about American companies that are going to benefit from the Iron Dome. I imagine NATO is going to build their own version of this, and there's one prime contractor at the center of it that really helps Israel with their Iron Dome. And I imagine that they're going to be buying a lot more weapons from American defense companies as we pull back our spending and we lower our footprint. We save a little bit of money there, but we make money by having our contractors sell them these weapons instead of just giving it to them under the NATO umbrella. And finally, of course, it means European defense contractors are going to get a boost. Their stocks have been going bonkers. They're all up since we recommended them just a week ago in the special report, but they're still not, they haven't even begun to absorb the size of this move. This is a situation where A fundamental change is happening. Guys, this hasn't happened. We haven't seen a change this big since the fall of the Berlin Wall. This is a big realignment. Remember, I've been saying for years, the world has entered a new cycle of war. Unfortunately, I wish that wasn't the case. But, a lot of people believe peace isn't even a natural state. It's just a state between wars. It's just a temporary state, unfortunately. It's a cynical way of looking at the world. But the bottom line is, for investors who are on to these European defense contractors and these American defense contractors, this is a bull market for us. So I urge you to push the marketing team after Elbit jumped up $50 and posted blockbuster earnings. I pushed the marketing team to open it one more day, another day, maybe two, just so you have a chance to get this amazing report that we put a lot of time and work into and that we think you got to check out. These defense contractors, it's a bull market if you're in the defense business. You don't have to suffer with red in in the market that's been very volatile, to say the least. You can enjoy a bull market where the money's going. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Have a wonderful day.